All right, so now we're going to take a look in this middle box at this fact. Remember, we're still talking about segment lengths. So this time, your two lines you have, right here and right here, they cross outside your circle. So this is going to be a little bit different rule than before. This says you're going to take A, which is this outside piece, and then you're going to multiply it. It says A plus B, and if you take a look, A plus B, there's A, there's B. That's this whole top line segment. And then the bottom piece says C, which is the outside, and then times C plus D, which if you look at that line segment, there's C, there's D, it's the whole thing also. So kind of the generic setup for this one is you take the outside part of your line and you multiply it by the whole part of your line. You do that for the top and the bottom, and then you make them equal, and we're going to solve. So take a look-see down here at this middle one. We're going to use this outside times whole idea. So if I'm looking at my top line segment, the outside piece is 6. So I'm going to do 6 times. And then it says whole. This piece is 6. This piece is 8. When you put those together, you get 14. So I'm going to do 6 times 14 equals. And then I'm going to go down to the bottom, and I'm going to look at my bottom line segment. Again, using this outside times whole idea. So the outside part here is the 7, and outside just means outside the circle. And the whole thing, you got to be careful here, 7 and the y. It's not 7y, it's 7 plus y. So the way you would write that whole thing is, 7 plus y. And you're going to have to do a little bit of algebra. So 6 times 14, I believe, is 84. But check that in your calculator. It is. So you got 84 equals, does not look like 84, hold on. 84. And then we're going to distribute this 7. So 7 times 7 is 49, plus 7 times y is 7y. So first we're going to subtract 49 from both sides. So 84 minus 49 is 35. So you have 35 equals 7y. Divide by 7. And you get y equals 5. So there's that last one. Or that middle one, I mean. And then let's take a look at this last fact. Notice you have one line segment that kind of has an outside the circle piece and an inside the circle piece. That's these guys right here. That part didn't change from the middle. It says B times B plus C. B is the outside, B plus C is the whole thing. But up at the top, you have this A part. It doesn't really have an inside piece. It just has an outside. So when that happens, like a little piece outside the circle, when that happens, that's just A squared. So let's take a look down here. So we have a 15 that doesn't really have an outside piece or an inside piece. It's just 15 on the outside. So if we're following this formula, that's going to be the squared part. So we're going to have 15 squared 15 squared equals, and then we're going to do like we were doing with this middle example. This is outside times the whole, right? This B is on the outside of the circle, B plus C is the whole thing. So when we go down to our picture, we're going to do the outside piece, which is 9, and then times 9 is the outside piece, plus X is the whole thing, so 9 plus X. And then let's see, 15 squared is 225. So we got 225 equals, and then we're going to distribute. 9 times 9 is 81, plus 9 times x is 9x. And so we're going to subtract 81 from both sides. So in your calculator, do 225 minus 81, which is 144. So we got 144 equals 9x. And then the last step would be to divide by 9.